Hello, welcome to On Live with Kiana Dancy. Yes, it is going down today. I have a very special show. Yesterday was phenomenal. If you guys missed yesterday, I don't know why you will be missing any day, but if you missed yesterday, you certainly missed a great show. We had my girl, April Ryan, and when I tell you Miss April Ryan came down and told us everything that we needed to know, she gave us the tea, honey. She showed us, she told us, and she set it down. She shut it down. Let us know that, yes, all of our beliefs and thoughts and hints and all those things about the president is true. He is crazy. And, like many of us think, something is really, really wrong with him. Now, she didn't say that. Those are my words. But it's something wrong with that man. Listen, I want to say thank you so much, you guys, for being here every day, Monday through Friday. This is quarantine talk. This is a quarantine night show. We're doing this thing. I can't promise you how long I'm going to be here, but definitely I'm going to be here for a while. And I am putting all that I can into just, entertaining you guys. So I'm going to bring all of my celebrity friends, all of my hometown heroes, and I'm just going to do what I can. So we are here, just so if you don't know, Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then on Sunday, honey, we have Celebration Sunday. Celebration Sundays, which means we're gonna turn up. We're gonna in the name of the Lord, in the name of the Lord, in the name of Jesus, we're gonna turn up. It starts at 5 p.m. and we have some of the biggest names in gospel who are gonna come through. So I am in Atlanta, Georgia. People are asking me different questions, and I'll do what I can to make sure that I answer. So shout out to Rodney Perry, who just jumped onto the live today. Let me tell you who we have on the show. So again, like I told you yesterday, we had April Ryan. Today we have my very own and personal attorney, Jaylene Mack. She's gonna come on here and talk to you about, how do you stay creative? What do you need to do with your creation or whatever you come out with of the quarantine? When we come out of this, what do you do with the product? What do you do with your product? How do you protect it? Who do you show it to? How do you sell it? She's going to go over those things, and she's the author too, so she has a book from the stage to the screen, everything in between. So I want you guys to make sure you have your questions, shoot them up on the live and on the board so that we can actually ask her. And then, of course, we have my aunt, Al, Mr. George Wallace. George Wallace is a very, very funny comedian. He is one of those, I think he has a battery pack on his back because he goes and he goes and he goes and he goes. Funny, I am liable to run into George Wallace anywhere. It could be LA, it could be Vegas, it could be Lenox Mall. He gonna be all about and out and about and doing his thing. Might pop up to Comedy Club and then, may pop up at church or even on this live. So today we're gonna have an amazing show. Okay, Rodney, you're not here. I see you. Hey, Dr. Deshaun, I see you. Hey, Jason 804, thank you for coming in. I appreciate you. Thank you so much, you guys, for supporting me. I know that you could be doing so many other things, but you are hanging out with me. It is late. It's 8 o'clock. I guess it's not that late, but for some people, 8 o'clock, child, I get tired now since I'm at home. Like, I be sleepy. But here's the thing about being sleepy. I'll get sleepy, take a nap, and then can't go back to sleep at a regular time, and then I'm up all night. Shade and shame. So we're going to go ahead and get this thing going. I have my girl on the line. She just popped in. I'm going to read her bio because she has a lot of amazing things going on, and I don't want to negate the fact that she is somebody. I'm going to put her on live now so she can see me reading her bio because I want her to give me that good, how when you read the people, the preacher's bio, how they be looking like, I did that. I want to see what she do. So let me get my girl on the live. Give it up for Miss J. Guys, put your hands together. Come on. Welcome her to the live with On Live with Kiana Dancy. Yes. Hey!
Hey!
That's how you felt?
How's my lighting?
Your lighting is good, but that's how you felt? You felt like you had to put a little face on? You was going to do like that?
Pop it with the red lip, okay?
Come on, sis. If you could get some more light, that'd be awesome. But it's not a big deal. We'll have certified whips. I just asked certified whips to join us, and he said no. Jaylene. Okay, keep playing. Okay. Oh, look at the light. Okay. So let me get into your bio while you doing this. While you trying to pick the light. Oh, she wanted you to see her picture in the background. She ain't playing nobody. Look at this body and that smile. All right, y'all. Jaylene is not only an entertainment attorney, but also successfully integrated the demanding roles of wife, mother, playwright, okay, producer, writer, comedy actress, and also stars in Wanda Kennedy in the UMC, starred as Wanda Kennedy in the UMC Network Houston drama Fifth Ward, which also I have a cameo in. She is also the founder of MAC Performing Arts Collective called Impact, a performing and visual arts nonprofit, and she is an author. We're going to address this book. I did mention it earlier. The book basically talks about what do you do from stage play to screen and everything in between. And that's a lot. But I know that you have some tips. Come on, y'all. Support the sister and get her book. I want to make sure I address one more thing. Her present and former clientele list reads all-star lineup, comedic entertainer, best-selling author, talk show game host, Steve Harvey, Kiana Dancy, and you have so many, and we'll get into that later because I know you can drop a couple names. But what I want you guys to do is make sure you put your hands together because you're already clapping. You're already clapping. Put your hands together for my dear friend and my attorney, Jaylene Mack. Come on, y'all.
I come with clappers.
Come on with the clapper. You're gonna bring your own applause, right? Jaylene.
Right.
Girl, first of all, you look amazing. You look gorgeous.
Yeah.
You don't look like you've been on quarantine. You don't look like you don't look like you had a struggle at all.
I'm trying not to. I'm trying to pull myself together for all these Zooms and everything. You know, let folks know I don't clean up well.
You're doing good. So let's get into this because I know that we have a lot to talk about, and I know there's a lot of things going on around us. So I want to ask you, first of all, because I know that you started in the entertainment industry. You became an attorney, and then you got back into the entertainment industry. So where are you now? Because there's so many things in your career. You have so many things happening, and you carry and wear so many hats. So who is the Jaylene Mack now?
And you know, that is just it. I'm a blend, right? I'm not this one person that lives in a box. I definitely live outside the box. I'm not your traditional, courtroom attorney that's only focused on, criminal cases or whatever. I've had my courtroom experience. I knew I would not be the Johnny Cochran type lawyer wanting to be in the courtroom down fighting, civil justices, injustice, whatever, all the time. I had a very creative side to me. I was always in the arts and entertainment as a kid. I grew up in dancing school and did all the school plays, all the talent shows. I marched in parades, grew up in New Orleans where, you're very conscious of all the surroundings of art and culture and history and all that good stuff. But just always been a creative writer. I was an actress before I was a lawyer. A lot of people didn't know that. And I found a way to marry the two by practicing entertainment law. And so, being a lawyer is my waitressing job, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
That's how I started because I figured my mom was living out in LA at the time. And I figured if I'm going to go to law school, hopefully I learn everything I need to know about contracts. Didn't even intend to become a lawyer. I really just wanted to learn about contracts because I was so serious about being an actress and understanding the small print. But I just pulled it all together and it's been a fun ride. I wear all my hats. Sometimes I'm a writer, sometimes I'm a producer on a project, sometimes I'm the production attorney, or an actor, or all of them. Okay. Mm-hmm. So, it's just, creative people, that's just how we are. If you're in the entertainment industry, you are not just doing one thing. And if you are doing one thing, then shame on you. Because I know as creative people, there are lots of things going on in our heads. And, just as a comedian, you write, you perform, all these things. You're a host.
You produce, you host, you do all those things. Now, when did the light bulb click on for you? Like, when did it turn on for you? It's like, I would much rather, because you said you didn't want to be the Johnny Cochran. You didn't really want to chase down the cases. And I know it was a selfish reason for actually going to law school so that you could understand the contracts. But was it a time in school where you were like, I don't really like this? Because remember, we had this discussion. I was supposed to go to law school, and you kept saying, I'll help you. And I was like, I don't know. What happened, and what is that when you have to make a decision? I paid all this money to go to school, but that's really not what I want to do. So what was it? Was it a turning point or an episode or a situation that happened?
Well, your parents always say, make sure you study something where you can, fall back on it, right? If it doesn't go as planned. So I certainly wanted to build a solid foundation that no matter what I did, if I was in between gigs, if I was trying to build something. Because, for instance, trying to get a movie off the ground, we know it takes development. That takes sometimes years or whatever. Meanwhile, how's your money coming in? So I definitely always knew I wanted to be, in a career where I could control my time and my schedule a bit. I could still make some money. I could always go back to it. I could always keep doing it, with everything else. So I think the law definitely complements that. But before I went to law school, again, in my head, I said, okay, well, I'll go to law school and I'll practice law maybe 10 years. I didn't even plan on passing from level to level in law school. That's how serious I was, because they tell you it's so difficult. Look to the person to your left, your right, all that stuff. And I just thought maybe I wouldn't even get past first year, but I passed first year, I passed second year, passed third year, passed the bar the first time, and here I am practicing. So now I'm like, well, I'm gonna give myself 10 years.
Right.
And that became something else. And so I'm still practicing to this day. I still do some trial work, try not to do as much. I do like what I do, because creative people, we get to meet other creative people, and it's a fun journey, right? So many interesting people, so many walks of life, black, white, yellow, whatever. It's just an amazing thing to bring all these things together. And I cannot tell you, it's always fascinating to see, for instance, a movie or a TV show go from just this idea to now we're sitting and watching it in theaters and on TV or whatever. So it's great. I love it.
Speaking of an idea, you and I don't know where the idea came from for actual One Crazy Christmas, but you and I were scene mates in many of our scenes for One Crazy Christmas. If you guys have not seen One Crazy Christmas, you have to see it. And I'm sure they're going to play it over and over and over and over again before we die. It's a BET, I guess, original or something. But when Greg Carter, your friend, brought that project to you, he said, I want you to, I'm sure Greg came to you and said, hey, I have a part for you, but I also need you to do legal. I need you to do the budget. I need you to do math. So tell me, there's you wear so many hats. What has there ever been a time where you just like, let me just act in this project?
I can tell you there have been times where I've enjoyed just acting in the project, or there have been times where I've enjoyed just being behind the scenes. And the older I get, the more comfortable I get with being behind the scenes. When I started my nonprofit, and maybe we can talk about that later, but when I started my nonprofit, that put me in even more circles. And I started looking at my, quote unquote Rolodex, and saw the bandwidth of my network of people in the industry and how that grew and stuff. So I'm pretty comfortable everywhere I am. There was a time that acting was the main focus. Even this quarantine alone makes you rethink everything, right? And the more you don't do something, the more you don't miss something, right? So it's allowed me to do more writing. I haven't done any auditions. I've been getting some notices from my my agency. So sorry, agency, I haven't sent you guys anything yet, because I'm really focused somewhere else. And my legal work has kept me busy during this quarantine. It's like everybody wants something done. They just been sitting down thinking about all the stuff they need done. So I've been staying busy. But I will tell you, for One Crazy Christmas, for instance, and people can still see it to this day on BET. I think it's on BET.com now, and you can go see it streaming. It did debut on BET Her, I believe, originally, and then it played on this regular BET this past season. But it is a movie that people can still see today. I had a client text me yesterday, I believe it was, and said, hey, I just saw you in One Crazy Christmas, and and had questions about it. I'm like, people are still watching this, and here we are going into the summer almost, right? But yeah, it was a fun movie to make, and I'm so glad I got to make it with you. Greg is like a brother to me. You're like a sister to me. And so, yeah, I got to wear my hat as the lawyer. I got to wear my hat as the producer on it, and I got to wear my hat as talent on there, and it's nice you can only make it in the entertainment industry if you know more than one thing, if you have expertise in more than one area. I mean, that's just how it works.
Considering right now with all that we're dealing with, the quarantine, and there's a whole mind shift and set that has to be changed, considering for my industry specifically, there may not be gathering the people, because of the coronavirus. The concert, I was having a conversation with some more, and she said, I don't even know if comedy shows are going to be what they were. So, I don't know. We don't know if they're going to get together anymore. So what are you telling your creative friends, your producers? How do we adjust to this new normal?
Right. Well, I've always I've always told people, no matter what, to write. I mean, write. You should always get those ideas out of your head and start typing them up in a script. And even if you don't know formally how to write up a script, just to start to develop a treatment or something. You have to write. You have to create your own work. The other thing is, although live productions, physical productions ceased, they're trying to figure out how they're going to initiate them again and get them, restarted. A lot of things are going to be backed up. A lot of projects that were pending and development deals, I think many of them have been suspended or terminated because there's so much loss of revenue and money for studios, et cetera, that now they have to reallocate. Things that were going to happen this year will probably happen next year. A lot of that stuff is just going to be a shift all around. But for the independent filmmaker who truly does guerrilla style filmmaking and bringing all these things together on their own without the big studios and stuff, I don't know if they necessarily taken a big hit, only because we have the mindset as an independent producer, independent filmmaker to work outside of the system anyway. So we always figure out some kind of way to get it done. That's number one. So I don't think the true independent filmmaker, and I'm not talking about an independent filmmaker with a first look deal, any relationship with the big boys, right? Somebody that just has to go and find a way to raise their own money or shoot it themselves. I don't think they're taking as big of a hit because we just reevaluate and we just kind of reprioritize everything. Right. But the beauty also in the industry today, there's just way more avenues, more platforms to get your content out. And then it just becomes, what kind of deal can you manage? Because you have more than the movie theaters. You have more than television and cable channel now. You have all these streaming platforms. And I'm not just talking about Netflix. I mean, now Quibi's hit the scene, right? The smallest amount of content, somebody's looking for it. The craziest, wackiest show, somebody's looking for it. There's an audience for it somewhere. Right. So I think you take more chances now. We've seen with the boom of Zoom. I watched a report the other day, and it said something like Zoom had to reevaluate their security systems because they were averaging like 300 million Zooms a day worldwide. Wow. That's a lot. That's a lot of video content, right? And I'm sorry, my son busting in here. But that's a lot of that's a lot of video presence. You're saying. And so I do think there's just way more ways available now, available, new apps emerging every day, right? For people who are going to work from home or not work in the traditional sense, not physically necessarily have to shoot in LA, although you are in Chicago, whatever that is. Okay.
Right.
So, I just think we need to keep going.
I love that. I want to ask you this because a lot of people don't really understand it. When you say that you are a producer just basically bring resources together to produce the project, whether that be mainly funding, correct?
Well, it depends on what kind of producer you are. So let's say you're a line producer. A line producer, you may have to deal with budget items and expenses and things like that, right? If you are and then there's like post paperwork and things that you might have to do as a line producer or pre-production work with, say, the unions and stuff like that. If you are a producer who's actually on the grounds, you might be, like in the case of Greg, for instance, he is the person that will acquire the script, pull the crew together. He may or may not be responsible for finding funding, preparing the budget, all the things you need to do to shoot. You might even have a post-producer supervisor producer who supervises all the post-production things, whether it's music or locking the editing sessions, all those things that happen. You might have an executive producer, which is the person who might be finding money, who may be the one that brings distribution to the table. They may bring such a invaluable resource that they get the credit of executive producer because they were able to bring the A-list talent to the table. So just different types of producers. There's an associate producer. They may do some meaningful things. They might not be super substantial, but they have some input, and it could be something as simple as they brought us a sponsor to the table, or they were able to provide some free catering, things, there's different roles for different people and they're credited in different ways. But I will tell you, credit is like currency in film and television. It really, really is. And we know IMDb is an important database, which is where everybody goes to look to see what your credits are in film and television, right? So, so you know, when you get to working behind the scenes, it is pretty important how you negotiate or come to an agreement on what that credit's going to be like in the film or television, or whatever it be.
You alluded to the fact that, one, that you have a book, and clearly you showed the book. What is the one thing that you want people to, what's the takeaway when they read your book and they order your book, hopefully? What do you want them to take away from it? Because there are so many steps. When you have the project, you wrote it down, you registered it, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah. What do you do now? Like, who do we just pick up the phone and call Jaylene?
Well, you could, but Jaylene charges a fee for that. So, okay. I always like to tell everybody, hey, I do charge a consultation fee for up to an hour. We can, you know, they can always DM me and talk about that and ask me how much the fee and stuff is. But, you know, that's for an hour. Or you can go to Amazon, buy my book for $35, right? And have this kind of information for a lifetime. And in the book itself, it talks about the things that you're asking. I discuss trademarks, you know, copyrights, how to set up a production company. You know, for instance, if you had an LLC you wanted to set up, how to get your tax ID number, how to raise money, you know, how to build an audience if you're doing a play, you know. And when I wrote the book, originally I wrote it from the perspective of putting on my first play. And then my first play, I ended up putting on a second play, and then I had to go back and add to the book about that. Then the second play became a movie, which is The Great Divide. If anybody's ever seen that, it's actually on YouTube too.
With Tashina Arnold.
With Tashina Arnold, Golden Brooks, Richard T. Jones, Roxy Diaz, Darren Henson's in there. Of course, I'm in there, and many other people. And that play, The Great Divide, became a movie, The Great Divide. So I had to go back and talk about that experience. But by the time I was done, originally I thought I was talking to people in the entertainment industry, whether you're a playwright, a performer, you know, actor, comedian, whatever, if you are a film producer. But when it was all said and done, I realized this is really a book just for an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
So oddly enough, I have just as many people who are not in the industry buy the book because it talks about business plans, you see. So it's a book for entrepreneurs, and I'm pretty proud of it. The book actually came out in 2017, but it's still available on Amazon. And yeah, they can, and it's also available too.
Great information. Fantastic read, easy read too. It's not, you know, it's not one of those books where you're reading like, what is she talking about? No, you're clear. You brought up
and they can read a quick reference book also. You know, they don't have to read every chapter. You can go find what they want.
I agree. You brought up your nonprofit, and I know how closely you hold this nonprofit to your heart. Now, because I'm already getting the signs to start to wrap up. Nicole, Impact. Impact. So what does it stand for? What does it mean? Why is it so important to you? And how can we, the viewers and the people who are on live, support you in this initiative?
So Impact stands for Mac Performing Arts Collective, and it's my nonprofit that I set up back in 2011, and it's allowed me to actually give back to the entertainment community and build it up as well. And so the mission is to cultivate the interest of performing arts by either exposing, educating, or entertaining. And so what we've been known to do is do countless workshops, conferences, or film festivals, music symposiums, TV forums. We've brought the best of the best to Houston, and you participated. I brought Chris Spencer, Faison Love, nephew Tommy, Rushion McDonald, just countless celebrity guests and powerhouses behind the scenes, like, you know, D'Angela Proctor, and just so many people in the industry to come and actually share their nuggets and their wisdom of, you know, how to be successful in the entertainment business. And that's what Impact is about. And one of the things we pride ourselves on is allowing the high school students to come to anything that we give for free. But not only do we do education programs, but we have entertainment programs. We've done plays, we've done jazz concerts, we've done comedy series, we brought Bob Sumner here and put on several comedy summits so that he can yeah, so he can look at new talent and stuff. So we've done a lot. I love people to go check us out. We're at Impact, which is MPAC-art.org. And they can follow Houston Impact, that's Houston MPAC, on all the social media. And I think you have my social media down there, and they can go visit my website, which is jaylenemack.com. And I mean, I can be Googled, okay? I'm at the stage.
Google me.
Google me.
Right. So what are you working on right now? I know that we're all in the house, we're all being quarantined. I know that you're being creative, and I know your mind is moving 1,000,000 miles per minute. So what exactly are you working on? And when you come out of this, when the outside open, what will you have in your hand and say, I did this?
I'm pretty proud to say I completed my first film script, my own film script, not working on somebody else's. And it's a project that's dear to me. It's a comedy, of course. I have done other scripts that became movie scripts later, like theater plays and things like that. And I have some television shows in development, which The Great Divide, I'm developing into a TV show. Nice. I have another project off Hollywood that's being developed into a TV show. So, you know, just keeping it going. Greg has a number of projects. Oh, Fifth Ward season 2 should be coming out on UMC, I believe, sometime maybe in June, if I'm not mistaken. And so that's season 2. But anybody wants to see season 1, they can go to umc.tv right now, download the app. There's a free trial period. And season 1 is there. And you'll be in season 2. And I'm looking forward to seeing your debut in season 2. But yes. Oh, and I have a fun film that I'm an executive producer on. We're actually in post-production editing it now. It's called Friend Zone. Nice. And Tammy Townsend is in it. Rodney Perry's in it. And Keelan Kane. That's that right? Yeah, that's right.
That's how I say it. So.
I don't know why I'm just but anyway, Khalil Kane. I think it's Khalil Kane. But yeah, my EP on it, so I'm pretty proud of it, and it's funny and stuff. So just stuff, child, just doing stuff.
I see, honey.
Yeah.
So y'all can listen. We're both dog moms. I know the family as well because I talk to you often. I just want to say thank you so much for coming on to the live. I know it was short notice, but you know it's never too short of a notice to get the information out to the people.
It was fun. Any reason to put my red lips on, baby?
Look, okay. So I didn't ask you this, but I want to know in a quick answer. Who was one of the biggest, like when you finally sat down and opened up your email, who was the person that you was like, I'm working with them, or I'm gonna be in the scene with her, or like, has there ever been a time where you were kind of like starstruck?
So
you worked with so many people, whether it's the actor or.
I'll tell you, the biggest actor I worked with was Forrest Whitaker on hurricane season back in New Orleans in 2008. I'm still getting residual checks from that movie, thank goodness.
Come on,
but I worked with him, and now my disappointing moment was I worked on that film for 9 weeks in a big role, speaking part, etc. They cut that storyline out. So when they cut that storyline out, they cut all of my speaking parts out. So you keep seeing me in the movie, but then you're like, what? Ooh, you know, you're trying to figure it out, but I still get them checks, baby. So that's the biggest. So that's the biggest person movie-wise I've worked with. The biggest entertainer that I've had as a client was Steve Harvey. I did all his trademarks for 17 years. Rushion McDonald managed him for all those years, and they trusted me to handle all the trademarks, and I'm forever, ever, ever grateful to them. Ricky Anderson is Steve's main attorney, and we went to law school together, so they pulled me in the circle. All of them accused, and I'm a Delta. So I'm just, you know, so thankful for those years and that experience. And to this day, you know, I handle a lot of Nephew Tommy's work, and Kim Burrell. I mean, just, you know, lots of people. You called out some of the names, but yeah. It's just a fun.
Raising my hand. Little old me.
And that's right. Little old big old you. Boom.
Thank you. Listen, I love you so much. I will talk to you as soon as I'm done with this live. I appreciate your time. I know you. Look, I was like, is she gonna send me an invoice for this time?
No, oh, and Datari Turner, you had him on last week. I do all of Datari's corporate work.
Nice, nice. I see you, sis. We see you. I want to tell you, I salute you. I appreciate you. I love you. I'll talk to you very, very soon. And I hope everything that you touch continues to turn gold.
Thank you. Thank you. And so as I came in, I will exit.
Bye.
Bye.
See you soon. Bye. You guys, you know what? It's always a treat to have my friends on the live. When I tell you that young lady has always held me down, she's had my back since day one. So if you don't know who Jaylene Mack is, make sure you follow her. We're trying to get this baby over 10,000 followers. Y'all follow that lady. Go over there and follow that lady. Follow Jaylene Mack. And if you have any questions, any legal questions, please don't hesitate to call her, because she is one of the ones you really want on your side. She's loyal, she's consistent, and she's very, very smart, and you will be winning with her on your team. So right now we are waiting on my uncle. Now he know he's supposed to be here. Now any other time he pop up bothering the people, wanting to know what's going on, who doing what, and how they doing it. So I don't even know where he at right now. But Mr. George Wallace is a legend. Travels all over the world doing this thing. Very, very funny. He's a writer. He's been called Mr. Showtime. And he had a residency in Vegas, which is very unique to me, an African American comedian, because as a man, we have heard a couple females on the strip who's had their residency, and even some guys, but he was one of the longest running ones. So I'm very impressed with all the things he's been able to accomplish. And the baby got new teeth, honey. I can't wait to talk to him about these new teeth, because every time I see him with these new teeth, I'm saying, George, you got him in good. He said, you want me to put him out so I can show you? I can't with you, George. I can't with you. But yes, George Wallace is, when I tell you, very, very funny. But he's an all-around good guy. He has all the amazing, funny, famous, rich friends, and he don't act that way. He acts like a regular guy. He go to church. He calls me and check on me. George Wallace is my uncle. So we have a good time. So I don't know where he is right now. Oh, I think I told him 8:35. I don't know what I told him. 8:20. I don't know what I told the man. Let me see what I said. Is he on the live yet? Somebody send George Wallace a DM. Tell him it's time. The real George Wallace. And again, if you have not actually ever keep up the good work. Thank you. I appreciate it. If you've never seen George Wallace in action, do so. Make sure you go and check him out. Right now we may not be getting together in person in a while, but you absolutely can go to his YouTube, go to his website. But I also want to remind you to go to Jaylene's website and support her nonprofit. And in addition to that, I want you to also buy a book. Now, George Wallace is one of those that you can, I don't know what's about to pop in here. Why are you looking like that?
Because I just finished eating and I haven't had a haircut. Well, I want to get a haircut. I'm going to go get a haircut tomorrow and a massage.
No. You shouldn't go get a haircut. Just wait. Outside ain't open. You still in Atlanta.
Can I go bowling?
No, you can't go bowling. I see you got your new teeth in. They look good.
So how about yours? How about yours?
I don't need no new ones yet. I met this little girl. Let me read your bio so the people can know who I'm talking to. The man, the comedy, the legend. Amongst other comics, Wallace is known as the guy who can roll the room over, even if it's dead. Come on now.
Even if it's dead.
If it's dead, you're going to wake them up.
Wake up. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Wallace's career took off in comedy as a writer for the Red Fox Show and made a huge splash on the stand-up scene as one of the 150 competitors on a cable television special, The Big Laugh. Wallace was a regular on Tom Joyner Morning Show before joining the legendary Isaac Hayes on a popular radio program, WRKS New York. You guys, welcome, my friend. And also, I would call him Uncle all the time. Put your hands together wherever you are and whoever you're doing it with. Please welcome my uncle, George Wallace.
Good morning, Kiana. Good morning. Good morning.
It's not morning.
It's whatever. Listen, I just woke up. It's morning. It's always morning for me. I just had eggs and bacon and grits.
I eat a little bacon and eggs for dinner. I get it. I understand that. But let me tell you something. This look on you it's kind of distinguished. I think I might like it.
Got to go.
What?
I might shave tonight. I've just been lazy. I haven't done anything. I'm just in the house. I'm not bored. I'm having a good time in the house. There's so much to do, so many people to talk to. I'm doing some crazy things. Guess who I called today?
I'm not even gonna ask because you're gonna tell me anyway. What you do,
No, it's
George?
not bad. I'm born and raised here in Atlanta, Georgia, and we keep close connections with our friends. So today I called Miss Elizabeth Brannon,
Oh,
Miss Tropsy Brewer,
okay,
Miss Helen Anderson, and
okay.
Mrs. Wade. Miss Elizabeth Brannon is my first grade school teacher.
But why are they still living?
You know what? That is very, very rude. What did you say?
Nothing.
I don't know. They are of age, and maybe I'm of age too, but they're still living, and we still know each other. I come from.
Let me tell you something. You said that was rude, and I don't believe you because let me tell you, I heard a story about you. You went to J. Anthony Brown's mother's funeral.
Mm-hmm.
I heard the story.
She was
and
dead.
You said I just came to the funeral to see if the bitch was dead. So don't talk to me about being rude. I heard your story.
That's true. That is true. I said it right in front of him, in front of the casket. He's stupid. He got up and ran out of the room, and people go, "What the hell happened?" Because he was laughing. He couldn't hold it, right? So he came back and sat down, and Tom and Sybil and everybody said to me, "What did you say to him?" I said, "Nothing."
Nothing.
Nothing.
And I know his sister wanted to know. Well, I think he said something like he would never tell his sister what exactly you said because she already don't like you.
She don't like me because we talk about each other's mama. And she doesn't even know everything I say about Jay's mama. He tell me what to say. Everything he said about my mama, I tell him what to say. But my school teachers are alive, and we do still connect, and we still talk. We have Miss Tropsy Brewer, nicest lady in the world. She turned 94 6 months ago, and she's still drives her little Mercedes, and just as beautiful as she can be. And the people in Atlanta, they all know her. She works at the big funeral home, Donald Trumbull Funeral Home. She's a light-skinned, tall, beautiful lady there. She's wonderful. And Miss Helen Anderson, I know my school teachers. We still call each other. Not only me, the whole class, my whole school, we all knew each other. We went to a small school here in Atlanta, DeKalb County, out in Brookhaven. A lot of people.
What's the name of it?
Linwood Park High School.
I know Linwood Park. I grew up over there. Linwood ain't what it used to be. You hear me? I went to Cross Keys.
Don't tell them about my neighborhood. I grew up in a neighborhood. If you go over there now, everything is $800,000 up. Isn't that amazing?
And it used to be back in the day $80 and down. Don't play with me.
Well, when my mom and daddy bought, I think my mom and daddy may have paid $4,000 for that house. And I still own the properties. I still own the properties over there. I've got eight properties over there. But
you got some money.
What do you call it? Gentrification? Ooh, they did a number on us.
They came in there and they took it from you. Let me tell you something. I can't believe you grew up over there. Yeah. And I think I remember you saying something to that effect. But yes, I went to.
You know what you heard me say? You heard me say because I grew up at Lenox Square. I was there the first day it opened. Lenox Square used to be a black neighborhood. A lot of people don't know that. A lot of people. And when this virus is over, I'm going to run to Lenox Square naked. Somebody say, "Well, hey, Kiana." Somebody say, "Well, you ain't gonna make it to the end."
Right.
You run through that naked, you're gonna be stopped at least 4 or 5 times. Hey,
but I did. I think the elementary school I went over there was it Carrie Reynolds. I forget there was an elementary school right across the street from Cross Keys High School that I went to. I can't remember.
You went to Cross Keys High School?
Yes, I went to Cross Keys High School.
You might know my nieces and nephews, Renee Wallace and Donna Johnson. You might know all the people who went to school over there.
I don't know them.
They may be older.
I don't know them.
They may be older than you, but you went to Cross Keys.
Yes, I did. And I used to stump through Linwood Park, baby.
So you're bragging now. So you went to a very smart school, see?
I went to a smart school, and I went to a good university. But let's talk about you. What you been doing over there? You look like you're eating good. You're happy. You're growing your beard out. You're quarantining, right?
Ain't nobody been in my house since March 24. Ain't nobody coming in. Ain't nobody going out. Nothing. I'm arrested. I'm incarcerated over here. So that's what's happening here. And yeah, I'm eating very well. I do have a few people stop by. Two friends of mine stopped in last night. Ben and Jerry's, they stopped by last night. And they had some Chunky Monkey with them. So I had to say, come on in.
Come on in. A little Chunky Monkey.
Have you ever had Chunky Monkey? Ooh, my God.
I'm not going to go there with you,
A man stopped by this morning. His name is Jimmy Dean. I had to let him in because he had the sausages.
He came in with the sausages.
These people just stopped by, and I got a letter in the mail to tomorrow night. My special guest is going to be a lady. I haven't seen her in years, Sarah Lee. You ever heard of her?
I heard Sarah Lee shut you down. You better.
So people are stopping by. I'm not supposed to let them in, but I can't keep them out.
I've been over here eating Mrs. Butterworth.
So
I'm getting full.
You're drinking syrup.
Baby, when I tell you that my refrigerator took a restraining order out on me and told me the next time I accost her, I'm going to be in jail.
Isn't that amazing? Your refrigerator, my refrigerator is talking to me. My refrigerator keeps saying, what? What? What now? What do you want now? You've been over here 30 times a day. What? What? That's what
Listen, George, I got a question for you. The last time we talked, you had the kids over there. Did you still killing your kids? What you doing?
I didn't kill the kids. I told you I shot them.
Okay.
I didn't.
So you shot them.
They're badass kids.
What do you? So you shoot your kids, and now what? Like, how you gonna explain that to their mama?
Their mama, no, she shoot them every day too. They're badass kids. So, but we're doing well. Life is good, and I'm just enjoying life. I'm waiting for this to end. I'm not sure as a comedian for me and you when we'll hit the stage again. Unfortunately, there's a lot of our friends who may not ever hit the stage again. It's going to be kind of bad out there. So.
Yeah, and it's very unfortunate because I was talking to some more earlier today, and she said just that. She said the concert business has changed and we need to adjust. So I don't even know what that looks like because our business is based on people getting together. And if people are not able to get together, what do we do?
What do we do? We're doing what we can do right now. I think the cell phone is going to save us.
Right.
It's going to keep us, we're not going to make a lot of money, but we're going to keep working on new jokes and having fun. And most important, our job, we can keep people happy. We can make people happy. That's what's most important. That's what we enjoy doing no matter what. I love what I do. And the people that are watching right now, God bless y'all. Thank y'all so much. And just keep laughing. So if we can just keep doing our job and making people happy, that's going to be great. And we'll get through this.
We will. Now, I got to ask you a couple questions because I know that you've written books and some of your biggest friends on the planet are famous and rich and, like your friends, and you were actually best man at his wedding to Jerry Seinfeld. So, I want to know, what is that like when you have a friend who have that kind of money? He was like, you call him and say, I lost all my dates, give me some money. What is it like?
Well, thank God I will never have to do that, even though that's the kind of friend that I do have. He happens to be the #1 comedian, money-making comedian in the world. Only 1 year in the last 9 years, Kevin Hart beat him out. He's #1 on the Forbes list of making money, and he continues to make money. He was so smart back in the day that he wrote the Seinfeld show, and he owns the Seinfeld show. So he owns it, so he's still making money on it. He just sold it to Netflix last year for $500 million, and he still owns it. So he has a lot of money, but he's my best friend for 44 years. We started together in 1976. We were roommates for 13 years. I'm actually the real George on Seinfeld, so you need to know that. And I'm surprised he hasn't called to interrupt this call, but we talk 5 times a day. He's incarcerated also with his family.
Right.
It's good to have a rich friend like that. That's
right.
That's pretty, but they're different. Kiana, they're different when you go to their houses. It's like when they eat, these rich people, when they eat at his house, sometimes they do shit like they'll order pizza with just cheese and broccoli on it. I'm going, what meat? Where's the meat? Shit, you better give me some meat up in it, some pepper.
Right.
They eat too healthy, and they'll eat food, and I don't want to make fun of them, but they'll eat food and they say, oh my God, it's so good. Oh my God. So,
what do they do, George?
And you know what? We're looking at them. We're making jokes at the same time. Jokes are going through my head. Oh my God, it's so good. It's the best ever. I'm like, this chicken, y'all need to get out. Shit, you need to get out. And I'm going, black people, we eat. I tell them we eat. We got one word. If it's real good,
right. That's it.
So I watch everything they do. So yeah, a lot of my friends are rich. I'm doing real good too. Let's make that perfectly clear.
I know you got the money. Let me hold something.
No, it has nothing to do with money. I'm the most successful entertainer in the world because I love what I do, and it's not how much money you make. is how you enjoy your life while you're living.
True, true.
And I enjoy, I can do everything I ever wanted to do. I wanted to be a comedian since 6 years old. When I started in the business, I never wanted to do television or movies. I just wanted to tell jokes on stage. I would watch Red Fox and Moms Mabley and Judge Pinckney Markham and Sammy Davis Jr. And I would go back to school here at Linwood Park in DeKalb County, and I would repeat those jokes, and people would laugh. And so when you bring joy to the room, people love you.
So let me ask you this: what is it like? Because I've called you legend multiple times, being on this live right here. How does that make you feel when someone say to you, "Oh, like George Wallace, you a legend. You a legend." So like you've accomplished so many things, and I'm sure that's fulfilling for you, considering you've accomplished all of your goals. But the second part of that question would be, what other goals would you like to accomplish that you have not done?
Well, I'm thinking now that I don't know. My goal was to be a comedian, and my ultimate goal was to work Las Vegas. So I went to Las Vegas in 1979 with Diana Ross.
Oh.
And I was at Caesar's Palace, the #1 hotel in Las Vegas at the time. And I was able to do that, and I've been working in Las Vegas since 1979, believe it or not. I love what I do. And about, I guess, 10 years ago, the Las Vegas Review-Journal newspaper, the #1 newspaper in Las Vegas, they said, George Wallace, the new Mr. Vegas. And I didn't do anything about that for like 2 years because Wayne Newton was Mr. Las Vegas. And I didn't want to touch that. But after 2 years, I said, I better take advantage of this. I didn't say it, the newspaper said it. So we started putting up on the billboards in Las Vegas. I had more billboards in Las Vegas than any entertainer, more than any hotel.
Nice.
Basically, I came from marketing and advertising, so I knew how to market myself in Las Vegas. That's why I perform Las Vegas longer and more and own and produce a show more than any other African-American. Or at my age, we'd say black.
Yeah.
You know? And that's why I thank God every night I go on that stage. I thank God for Red Fox, Sammy Davis Jr., Lena Horne, people that paved a way for me. And I still own the show. I'm now at the Westgate. And I'm still there. I'm still standing. 44 years. I'm still new. You guys are young. But don't I love hanging out with you young kids?
You sure do. And to the point, I'd be like, go to bed, Aunt. Like, why are you still up?
Oh, man. The people say, George Wallace, you've been doing it this long. Why would you come to a comedy club? I have to. It's in my blood. You got LeVar Walker out here, the pharmacist, and all these young comedians, and Hank Denson and you, and all of these crazy comedians. I love to go to the club to see you guys work.
Thank you.
Because I have to compete with you guys. I'm going, y'all make me sick. Y'all are so good. Y'all are so good. I'm going like, they ain't going to kick my ass.
That's a backhanded compliment.
They ain't going to kick my No, you don't understand, do you? You guys think I'm just there to work out. I love to see you guys work because it enthuses me. If that's the right word. It just fills me up to see young people have
fun. Yes.
You got little stupid ass people like DC Young Fly with his punk ass. Kills me. He kills me. He kills me.
I'm sure he jones you under the table.
You know, Chris Tucker, all of us from Atlanta, we got that Southern touch, you know. It's just amazing. It's so good to see the young people working. I just love it. I just love it. And y'all are just funny. That's all. I don't know what kind of humor I do. I just go on stage and have fun, but watching y'all, sometimes I go like, they're good.
So what is your plan? I know you're not going to stop doing stand-up. You're going to keep going and keep going and keep going. But when the outside open, I have made it a point to have something in my hand saying, when I was on quarantine, this is what I got. This is what I accomplished. I wrote a book. I did this. I did that. So when you come out of quarantine, what is it going to be the one thing that you said I've accomplished?
You're crazy. I don't know how you knew that perhaps I was doing something. I am writing a book. The book is really finished, but I'm not going to let it go to maybe December when the market is back, when I can go on the TV shows and actually promote it, right?
Yeah.
Writing my second book is called Bull Twit.
Called what?
Bull Twit. I tweeter.
Got it. Bull Twit. Okay.
Instead of bullshit, it's Bull Twit. I
got
tweet a lot. I tweet a lot. I was voted top 25 funniest tweeters in the world.
Nice.
By Rolling Stone magazine.
Congratulations.
And I love doing that. So we're writing a book, 140 pages because of 140 characters in the tweets. So that's what I'm doing. And I have another book called People Can Say Some Stupid Shit. that's going to follow. You know, people can say stupid shit, you know.
Right.
A friend, about 3 months ago, I had a friend, I had to go to a funeral. And he said, my nephew. I said, I got to go to a funeral. He says to me, what? Somebody died? I just look at them when they say stupid shit like that. Why else would I be going to a funeral?
Right.
If you say something stupid around me.
What is something else? What is something, another stupid something that people have said around you? Like, well, I can't believe you said that.
There's a commercial on TV, and the lady says, I feel comfortable in my own skin. And I was going like, well, I don't think you have a choice. You feel like when you, but then it goes into joke mode.
Right.
Now I go into, I know I feel better than Jeff Bezos skin, you know, the owner of the world's richest man. I feel real good. Then I said, I feel good in Oprah skin. So you take the joke, you run it with it. I said, I didn't even feel good in Al Sharpton's skin. It's going to be a little tight. But
see, you but it was Big Sharp, you might with it. Big Sharp, you may be a little just.
It's going, you got to, it's tight. I tell everybody, have you seen that Al Sharpton lately? We need to start a Go Feed Me fund for his ass. So,
that's horrible.
That's how the joke, that is not horrible. He needs to eat a grape or some popcorn or something. He's too skinny.
So tell me when you ever did a joke and it backfired. It didn't work on you the way you wanted it to work.
You have got to be crazy. You know that's my favorite thing to do.
I know it's crazy. That's why I'm talking to you.
I'm known for taking my yellow pad on stage and doing new jokes, right?
Yeah.
I go on the stage and I do a joke. Maybe I might have done it before, and I go, joke works real good, real good. And joke number 2 works real good, real good. Joke number 3. Okay, needs work. And the audience loved that. And then I do joke number 4. Joke is funny. Audience sucks. They go crazy. They love that. I'll try to go do my regular stand-up back. They says, go back to the yellow pad. Just do the jokes. I love that. And if the joke doesn't work, I kind of like that.
I don't. I like for my material to work on the first time.
But No, you know, the first time it does work. The second time it fucks you up. Second time you go, what did I do?
That's true.
First time it works, you get it out. Because it could be one word, innuendo or whatever. It could be a comma. Comedy is that hard.
Yeah.
The art form is that hard. That's why you have to listen to it every night. And when you work like you work and I work, every night is projected differently.
Yeah.
And so it's got to be with the mood of the audience, how you deliver that same joke. People think if you do a joke, they heard it before, Thursday night might be a little different than it was Tuesday night.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So I must ask you this because you know, a lot of times we oftentimes don't get the opportunity to sit and talk to a legend. If a comedian, well, first of all, I want to know what would be the advice you would give any of the young guns that are coming up. And then I just want to know real quickly, what was it like working with Redd Foxx?
Okay, the first question, what would I tell the young? Let me do Redd Foxx first.
Okay.
Because I grew up wanting to be like him. Because, you know, when we were kids, you're not old enough to know this, in Atlanta, most of our parents were church people. All they knew was going to church. God, Lord, did I go to church too much? Can you say that? You know, I could go to hell for saying this.
I think you might go.
Tiana, listen to me. Have you ever just been to church just too much shit? They even want you to go to church on Friday night. I'm not an usher. That's the usher board meeting. Just go to church. I'm sitting up in the usher board. What the? Oh my God! And you know, I tell the lie. We used to go to church on Sunday and didn't get out to Tuesday. But it was actually too much church. My whole life, my grades could have been. I was a smart kid in high school, but when I got to college, I was still going to church. 11 o'clock, midnight in church. 20 people in the church. We in there 3 hours. What the hell were we doing in church? Even
for 3 hours.
And Jesus wasn't even there.
He got up and left.
But when my parents would leave church, sometimes we stay at home, we would sneak and listen to the party records. Redd Foxx, Dick Gregory, Richard Pryor, everybody that was dirty back in the day, we would love because those were the party records, you know. And,
right.
You know, and we would love those. And so,
what does that look like? Y'all just sit around and listen? The party records, because y'all wasn't dancing, you just sitting around listening?
Yeah, you never heard a party record, and you just laugh, and they would tell a joke, and you go, especially if they cuss, because we were church people. We loved the cuss words. and they would tell a joke. Moms maybe would tell a joke, simple jokes, not even dirty. Jack and Jill went up the hill. Both had $1.25. When they came down, Jill had $2.50. They didn't go up for water. So little jokes like that, moms maybe were doing. You know, it's just
right.
You just listen to the stories that they would do, and Wildman Steve, they get dirty, you know, and oh my God, just the jokes that they would do, and Judge Pinkmeat Markham, you just love doing the jokes, making people laugh, no matter what.
Yeah.
People laugh. So when I got to Los Angeles, I was on stage one night, and the producers at ABC said, "We'd like for you to write for the Red Fox show." I had just started coming. I go, I don't know anything about writing TV. I'm not in the TV. They said, "Well, we think you can do it." I said, "Well, I'm not sure." And they said, "Well, it's $2,500 a week." In 1977, I said, I think I could come up with a little bit. But that was 1977, so that was a lot of money back then. So it was fun writing the show, and I learned a lot being a writer on the show. I only worked there 1 year. It was not the Sanford and Son. It was the Red Fox show after Sanford and Son.
Got it.
And it was a variety show. And it only lasted for a year, but I made a lot of money. I worked. And even though he would do your joke, you know how we comedians are, he'd get a big laugh, but we still go, he didn't do it right. Didn't do the joke right, you know? I do my own jokes. So that was really great, learning to write with the Red Fox and work with him. And he was heavily on drugs. Heavily on drugs. And the television industry, the comedy world is so different than people know it.
Yeah.
The show was on ABC, which is somewhere in Los Angeles, but we wrote this show in the Valley, up in somewhere in the Valley, but we taped the show at CBS. So there's so many kind of deals that are going on. You don't know where the television is actually.
Right. You don't know where it's going to be. This thing is going to cut off in 3 minutes. We literally have 3 minutes.
Let me tell these young kids coming up, make sure you enjoy your life. I forgot we were on timer. Make sure you enjoy your life. Be you. Don't worry about being on top of the mountain. Be on your way up the mountain. Love what you do. Whatever your art form is, there's a market for you. Don't worry about it, and try not to be jealous of somebody else's career.
Yeah.
Each career has a different path.
Yes.
Do you. Honor your essence, I always say in my book, my first book, Laugh It Off. Honor your essence. Go up on that stage and show people you love what you want to do. And if you love, I'm telling you now, this is the hardest business in the world, young people. When you want to do this, you got to do it as much as possible. Try to do it every night if you can. There's no plaything. It's I want to be a comedian. It's I got to be a comedian. I got to be on that. I don't mind waiting to be the last one to go on.
Absolutely. Listen, I love you, and I thank you so much for coming on to the live with me. It was good hanging out with you.
We got to come back. I didn't know we were going to be so short, but we'll come back and do it anytime because there's so much to talk about.
I know. I'll see you soon. I love you.
And there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. Keep smiling.
Bye.
Bye. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Oh, you guys, listen, I am so grateful that you guys chose to hang out with me today. As you saw, we had an amazing attorney, Jaylene Mack, my attorney, and of course, the real George Wallace. George Wallace is a legend. You see all the stories he has to tell. He has information that he can share. We got that little tidbit. Didn't even know that Red Fox was on drugs at that time, or he didn't even know how to write for a television show. And guess what? He got his first break. So you never really know what opportunity is going to be there for you on the opposite side of that door. So if you picked up anything, take this with you. Remember this, regardless of the situation, it doesn't look like it's for you. If it have your name on it, God will make it happen for you. He will make it yours. So don't worry about it. If you feel like you're not equipped, you don't have all the information, or you're not good enough. If it's yours, you will get it. Listen, I'm so grateful. I love you. I appreciate you. Come back and see me again tomorrow, same time, 8 p.m. And also, don't forget, I'm here Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. and also on Sunday at 5 p.m. for Celebration Sundays. I'll see you soon. No matter what you're doing, no matter who you're doing it with, be careful. And remember, I'm nothing without you. You guys take care. Bye-bye.